you worried he wouldn't be able to pitch because of the wisdom tooth?
Yeah, it really was. The bus ride back, and I've had, because if you got kids, people react differently. I've had 5 of them, and 5 get their wisdom teeth out, and some of them got knocked down for a few days. And so, I turned to our trainer Josh, because we're on the bus ride back from Auburn. I was like, man, like, are you sure? Like, do he really needs to do this right now? Like, is there something we can do? And but fortunately, I think Dr. Liggins took care of him, and he's one of those guys that bounces back quickly.
He said that's the best he's felt all year, and you guys worked on some making him more athletic.
Yeah.
Just what's the key for him?
And I think one of the things is sometimes he because of his arm slot and some of the things, just his normal pitching motion, he can get a little rotational and then spinny, and it happens a little bit at the end of the game as well. But he's a great competitor, and he's pitched really well for us, and deserves a lot better results because of the fielding, because of the lack of run support and all of that. But proud of his effort tonight, because once again we make an error, they score a run in the first, but man, he just continued to battle and compete, and gave us all he could tonight.
You have confidence in whatever the sweeper thing is he's talking about, the little new pitch thing. So.
Well, it's been a little bit better, the slider, and I know they're working with it. It's kind of, he's been playing to try to not leave the slider over the middle of the plate as much, and it's been sharp. But obviously tonight, the breaking ball is pretty effective.
That 8th inning, getting to their pin like that, and just kind of coming through. I know adversity-wise, you got to be pretty proud of them overall.
No doubt, and when we can do these things, we just like we've said several times, we just don't do it enough. We got to be more consistent. But yes, I thought huge hit, the 8th, and sometimes you don't realize, as fans, you don't follow you guys do, but how good Prager is. Prager's probably an All-SEC first teamer, and Aschenbach might be a first team All-SEC reliever, and so to do that, deep in the game, was huge. I think the fish left on left, huge hit after facing again one of the best left-handers, and had a tough night, up until then.
Mike, what made you trust Wes Mendez in that moment, and what did you think of?
Well, we've as a staff have been up and down, and there's guys where one weekend a guy pitches well, the next weekend he has a tough one. But man, he was lights out last weekend, and he was one of the guys that we rested on Wednesday. And one of the guys that we weren't going to let go in the game. For really a moment like this, for a chance that deep in the game, could you give us another performance like that? Could you give us 2 or 3 innings, against a left-handed heavy lineup? But they handle left-handers, so it's not it's not like the splits are crazy one way, but you feel a little comfortable, a little more comfortable. Sometimes I think in those situations. But he was dominant, and he came in against the first 3 guys, which is about as good of 3 hitters that I've ever seen in any lineup. When you look at the numbers of what they've done, I mean, we got like 70 home runs. They got more home runs than the first 3 guys, a lot more than we have total. So pretty good performance to run through that.
Did you lose your voice during the game, or was it already going on you?
It started, sinus and allergies, and I think it's late. Normally I've taken my Alivert and gone to bed by now. So you're hearing what my wife usually hears, not 10:30 at night. So
Thanks, Mike.
I appreciate it.